Hi, everyone, and welcome to The Balancing Act. I'm Olga Villaverde.
And I'm Montel Williams.
How homeowners can upgrade their energy efficiency quite economically. We're going to explain.
Absolutely. Plus, how and why one company is creating coats for the homeless.
That's a great story.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the importance of sustainable forestry practices.
And figure out how you can be the change you want to see in this world.
Oh, that's inspirational.
Yes,
I love it. The Balancing Act begins
right now.
There you go. Are you looking for a new way to finance home improvements? I really am, especially in terms of improving your energy efficiency.
Well, listen up, because today we've got some solutions that you may have been looking for, no matter how you spell it.
Joining us are Supriya Satcher and Deborah Castro from Ygrene Energy Fund to explain the process. And the good news, Montel, is hundreds of projects qualify for this.
Wow. Well, ladies, thank you so much for being here with us this morning.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. So let's just talk about, the cost of utilities, the bottom line. It's just out of control. I mean, here in Florida, premiums, woo!
A lot of people aren't even getting insurance these days.
Right.
So this program helps you not only just saving energy if you do improvements to your home. Who wouldn't like their home to be better? And the bottom line is you save money and you can get an insurance premium, because these days a lot of people are not being able to get home insurance. So by doing these projects, you can save money and get insurance.
And I know you have a very special mission as well.
Yes, our family is here to protect your family and help you improve your home.
That's nice.
That's nice. Well, look, I've read a little bit about the program, so tell me what PACE is and what PACE isn't.
Sure. So PACE stands for Property Assessed Clean Energy, and basically what it does is allows the homeowners to do any type of energy efficiency or hurricane protection improvements to the home. They repay that through their property tax bill. What it is not is a free government program, and there tends to be a little bit of a misconception there with it. One of the other things it's not is traditional financing. So instead of paying this back as a loan, right, as we see traditionally, you actually pay it with your tax bill. So you pay it back through the taxes.
Is it kind of combined together with some of the free programs? Because, the government does have a couple of these free, like solar panel programs and things like that. So can you do a mix and match of both?
You absolutely could do a mix and match of both, but it has nothing to do, it's completely separate.
Got it.
Yeah.
And payment is made to the actual contractor, I understand.
Yeah, so we pay the contractor on behalf of the homeowner, and then the homeowner repays, whatever amount they take out through the tax bill.
Love that. Okay, so we mentioned earlier that there are savings no matter how you spell it. What does that mean?
So if you read our name, it's Ygrene, but Ygrene is energy spelled backwards.
That's very clever. And here in Florida, that's really made a difference in terms of billions of dollars, right?
It has. We've done over 120,000 projects all over. Given $3 billion to 500 community and the residents to improve and save energy in their homes, protect their homes, and help them go. We've had over $9.2 billion in utility savings and insurance savings just in Florida alone. And so, for homeowners, I think this is really an important thing to think about. How can you help improve and make your home look better, but also help your community save carbon emissions, utilize less energy, or create your own energy and help the community by solar?
And I've seen here that 10 years it's been going strong?
Yes, it has been going strong for 10 years.
Wow, that's fantastic.
And I think this program started just for the fact because it was hard for people to come up with so much money up front. If you're doing hurricane windows or you're doing your roof, you have to come up with $25,000, $30,000. Who has that lying around? And since you don't have to pay any money up front and you pay it back through your property taxes, it makes it more affordable for people.
And what kind of improvements can be financed through this program?
So we have hundreds that qualify. The majority that we see are going to be the solar panels, the hurricane impact windows and doors.
That's what I want.
Exactly.
I need hurricane impact windows.
The roofs, which tend to really help with the insurance premiums, and then of course your HVAC system, which in Florida is a dire need with how hot it is.
So how does one get started and how does the financing work?
Yeah. So you have to make sure that your home qualifies. So while it's not a government program, it does have to be approved in your local community by your local, government. And then once it's available in your community and your home qualifies, then you know that you can get a project done. Any of these projects that, Deborah talked about, whether it's a roof or a window, once you know it qualifies, you apply, you find a licensed contractor that is licensed to do that work. That contractor has to be registered with the program. Once they're registered, then you can set up with them, pick what you're trying to do, finalize your contract. Once your contract is finalized with the contractor, let us know. And we send you your approval if you're approved. We have to make sure that you have the ability to repay this financing, right? Because it's not free.
Sure.
Once that's done, it normally takes about 15-20 minutes for the approval. Very quick, very easy. We call you, we make sure you understand that you have to pay this back through your property taxes, right? And that it is a lien on your property, but the fact is that you don't have to pay anything up front and you don't pay your contractor till the work is actually completed.
Oh, that's important.
That is
important. Because there are so many that just sometimes don't finish. So I can actually pick the contractor I want.
That's right. You have to pick the contractor you want. You have to make sure they're licensed in the state before you can get them.
So again, the homeowner's paying this back via their tax. Is it a one-time payment or is it stretched out over time? I mean, you were talking about $30,000. At the end of the year, I'd hate to see a $30,000 bill come in on my tax.
No, we can go as far as 20 years.
Really?
So they would pay it back just like they do their property taxes if they pay it quarterly or if they pay it yearly.
That's great.
That's how they would repay it.
Absolutely. What's been some of the feedback you've gotten?
We've had hundreds of people give wonderful feedback about this. One that always I'm reminded of is a homeowner that was going through cancer treatment and her credit score was actually impacted quite negatively. And since this is not based on your actual credit score because it's based on the equity in your home, she was able to take advantage of this, get all the windows and doors in her home and protect her home from the storms and not have to deal with putting up the shutters and all of that. So that's a really touching story for us that I'm always reminded of.
Oh, that's a beautiful story. Do you have one that you can share?
Well, we had a family whose home roof was destroyed with the hurricane and they couldn't afford to get any other kind of financing similar to the lady that Deborah talked about. And they came to us and they were able to get a really good licensed contractor that helped them put, wind-resistant roofing. And not only did that help them with their insurance savings, but they were able to get their home beautiful and then protected and be there for their family.
Great stuff. Okay, so for our viewers who'd like more information, where can they go?
They can just go to Ygrene.com, enter their property address, and get started.
All right.
Thank you, ladies, so much for being here this morning. Honestly.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it. And of course, if you want any more information on this, you can go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
And we'll be back right after this.
Today, form and function, style and substance, as we meet the team from Arctix, an apparel company that's on a mission to go beyond providing high-quality premier outerwear for just a select few. They want everyone, including our ever-growing homeless population, to be outfitted for the elements, no matter their circumstances.
Absolutely. Look, Matt Berderman is here to talk about how he and his company are changing the way not just winter sports enthusiasts, but Americans' unhoused population are and should be suiting up. Welcome, sir. Thank you for being a part of the show today.
Thank you so much
Great
for having us.
Great to have you.
Thank you.
What you're doing really for the unhoused population is unprecedented. I don't think there's a lot of companies out there that are really trying to do what you're doing. So we're going to talk about that. But before we get to that, let's talk a little bit about the company itself. When did you found it? And, what were your goals? What did you have in mind?
Sure. So Arctix has been around since 1999. And our focus really was about equity and including people and giving value. And the thinking is that there's all these high-end brands, and then everything else sort of in the mass market that was affordable was all sort of a secondary product. There were secondary thoughts of much bigger brands, and then they make sort of a dumbed-down product, and nobody wants to have a dumbed-down product. So we thought, hey, what if we really focus on that and make that customer most important and our only customer, and really try to put as much value in there. And we figured out it's such a big market that with those volumes, we should be able to get great pricing and give a lot to the consumer. With that sort of ethos, we get a very high value versus cost.
And I love this story. I don't know if you know this, Montel, but his daughter, Dakota, I was reading here, had a frank discussion about giving back, right? She was concerned about homelessness in America, and thus the inspiration of the Dakota Project.
That's right.
Wow.
Tell me about that.
We would get together often at family dinners, and in COVID, Dakota brought up, which we kind of always talk about current affairs, she brought up, hey, you know, we're doing so much volume in clothing. She had read an article that there was about 125,000 permanently homeless. That can balloon up to several hundred thousand. But she was saying, you know, hey, we do millions of units of clothing and outerwear, and obviously, you know, if you don't have outerwear, you're not protected. So Dakota's thinking is why can't we take that and bring that to homeless people? Instead of giving them a zoot suit from 1980 or whatever else, which are great, we'd love to have hand-me-downs, but she's saying, why can't we use that technology and use all that stuff to help 100,000 homeless people? Why can't we clothe them? And so that started the project.
Love that.
Yeah, absolutely. And the products are great for, you know, the winter months and when it's cold outside, but you also are making some products that last all year round.
That's right. And we're going to continue the brand into all different categories. But with the Dakota Project, you know, we wanted to start with the outerwear first because, frankly, in certain parts of the country, Chicago or wherever else, you can die if you don't have good protection.
No kidding.
So if you find yourself on the street, we felt like that was the urgent thing to do. So we started developing the purpose-built outerwear. And then we're going to continue that into T-shirts and zip-off sort of camping type pants that could be zipped off down here in Florida, where you could wear them, you know, in the wintertime and then zip them off in the summer. And lightweight wicking T-shirts made out of bamboo, which is good for the environment, naturally antimicrobial, and also make it attractive. You know, if you find yourself in that position, it would be great to have fashionable, purpose-built clothing that's going to protect you from the elements.
Well, you brought a few, I should say more than a few. Can we check them out?
Yeah, sure.
Let's go do it.
Take a look.
Let's go, Montel.
Absolutely.
Wow, these are nice. So we've got for kids and for adults. Let's start over here.
So you've got kids, we've got kids' boots, we've got adults, we've got men's and women's here. This is our really high quality, purpose-built clothing that we make for our customers. It's built to really stand the test of time. We have over 5 million reviews. We sell millions of ski pants a year and all this other outerwear. There's a lot of value in it where it's made to really protect you from the outdoors and from the elements. And
This is what you generally sell to the public, but this is also what you gave away.
That's right. This is basically a small sampling of what we donated last year.
Yeah, and you donated what, about $1 million?
So we gave away last year to announce the project. We gave away over 108,000 units of this. So it's over $5 million of brand new outerwear to clothe the homeless.
And I'm loving that one.
Yeah, so this is our hero. This is Dakota's project. So this is a coat that Dakota sat in with us and we all worked together for a long time. And we developed a product that's purpose-built. So it turns into a sleeping bag.
Wow.
It's got a waterproof pocket here so you can put your money or your picture of mom. You know, you're living on the street, you don't have a lot of places to safeguard things. The hood actually pumps up and turns into a pillow. So it fills up with air. You can pump it up, let the air out, but we literally slept on the sidewalk. You put your head on a brick.
That's fantastic.
It's all waterproof, fully taped seams, so you literally could zip up in this and sleep in a snowstorm.
Just out of curiosity, how much?
So this coat would probably sell for somewhere in the neighborhood of $300 with everything that we put into it. It's antimicrobial and wicking and all these great things, great insulation. We're actually landing it for what we can land it with our factory partners that are also helping us in the price, somewhere between $35 and $50.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
you kidding me?
You
That's
believe
incredible.
that? That's
really
the power
incredible.
of volume, you know?
That's nice.
This is what Dakota wanted to bring to people. This year, we have bringing in container loads already, and so you can donate your $35 or $50 wherever it comes out, goes directly to the cost of the coat, and the coat will go to a person that's homeless.
That's incredible. Now, what's next?
You know what the hot new thing is this
What's that?
season? The hot new thing is this. It's the Montel Williams onesie. The onesie, the 80s, 1980s onesie, it's
back.
hot, it's back. It's great. Everybody loves it.
And
So-
stuff for yoga here when you're exercising.
So Arctix is doing basically everything for the active lifestyle person. So yoga, fishing shirts similar to this with antimicrobial and wicking. We're doing even bedding. So we're doing like cooling technology and things like that for your bedding. We're doing dog bedding, dog toys and leashes and
Oh
things
my
like
gosh.
that. So yeah, so basically everything for the outdoor enthusiast lifestyle.
That's great.
I know our viewers are going to want to know where they can go to get more information. Where would they go?
So they can go to our social and they can go to arctix.com. It's ARCTIX. Arctix.com, and not only can you buy all these wonderful products, but you can also donate on the website and put a coat onto someone's back.
Great stuff. Thank you so much.
Thank you
and
so
please
much.
thank Dakota.
I
Absolutely,
will.
sir. Thank you so much.
Special daughter you have there.
Sure. And of course, you can always go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
Let me see that white one back there. I really like
one's
that
all
one.
you.
Yeah.
In this high-tech world moving at light speed, we can sometimes miss the forest for the trees, literally.
But we know our forest and the trees within it are an integral part of the environment. Making sure they and we continue to breathe and remain healthy can require finding the right balance.
So, to talk in depth about this, we have two stewards of the land, Travis Joseph, president of the American Forest Resource Council, and Paul Pearson, professional forester with Nyman Enterprises, to learn why cutting back is vital to moving forward.
That's right. And that makes sense. Welcome so much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Appreciate having you. All right, so I think this is such an important topic, and it sometimes just gets, unfortunately, just put under the radar, and especially for people like us that we live in big cities and we're not aware of the situation. So let's just talk about first why forest management is so imperative.
Forest management is important because our forests are so important. They provide all these extraordinary benefits to society: clean air, clean water, recreational opportunities, wildlife habitat. So if we're going to pass those benefits on to future generations and we're going to enjoy those benefits ourselves, we need to manage our forests. We need to be engaged, and we need to be stewards of those lands.
Absolutely. And Paul, you've got 20 years experience in forest management, sustainability, and commercial forestry. What's your thought?
I got into forestry because I wanted to be outside and be in the woods. That's what defined me. And really what I learned through my college education and work was that forest management is how we take care of the forest. And we can pull out a renewable resource like wood products in order to protect our forest for the future. And that's really what forest management is all about.
And since you mentioned take care of the forest, we have to, because there's many challenges, let's say, that threaten the health of our forest. So I want you both to chime in and tell me, what are the challenges?
One of the biggest challenges we face is wildfires. We have a wildfire crisis in this country. 80 million acres are at risk in the United States of America. To put that in perspective, there are 42 million acres in Florida. So the entire wildfire crisis in the United States of America is double the size of the entire state of Florida.
Wow.
That's where we're at in this country. And that means water impacts to wildlife, impacts to our clean air.
Other challenges?
Really fire is where we're at. Our forests are at risk due to lack of forest management. The last 35 years of putting forests on the shelf and reducing our management has led us to overstock conditions that are ripe for these mega fires. And we really need to be better at taking care of them. We need to remove those trees to leave the other ones behind so they can be healthier and more resilient to these fires, so we have them for all these values for the future.
Travis?
Think about it as a garden. If you're going to have a productive garden, you have to till the soil, you have to pick the weeds, you have to water the plants and your fruit, and then you're going to have a good outcome. Well, the same thing with our forest. We have to actually be responsible stewards of our forests like we would a garden.
And we have to create awareness, which these gentlemen are doing, by the way, Montel. You created an organization. It's called We the Forest. I love the name.
I like that.
We the Forest. What are you doing to help change people's mind about forest management?
It's sharing information, it's sharing passion, it's sharing about the incredible things that our forests do, but it also shares about the incredible things that our coworkers do and all the people who work in forestry. These are incredible people. It's an incredible industry, and we really need them. And this is an organization that's helping people understand what we do.
And we have to help people understand it's not a bad thing. You guys aren't the bad guys, right?
Bad guys.
We're not. We love it out there.
If people wanted to learn more, besides going out and taking a walk in the forest, they want to learn more, where would they go?
That would be a good start, but wetheforest.com, amforest.org, and healthyforest.org are great resources. You'll get videos, you'll get background on all of the things that we're working on we talked about today.
Thank you for being a part of the show today, for sure. And if you want more information, of course, all you got to do is go to our website, thebalancingact.com.
There you go.
Well, thanks so much for joining us today.
Remember to head to our Facebook page, like us on Instagram, follow us on X, and visit thebalancingact.com to enter our latest Sloop Sticker giveaway.
Make sure you stay safe. Love that family, viewers. We'll see you next time.